were by mistake shared equally for all the partners, give necessary general entries. So by mistake I have not written partners here. So by for all the partners you can write partners here. Okay, so there are three partners, Aman and Halima. Uh, Ria, Muna, and Nisha. 3:2, 2:1 is their partnership profit sharing ratio. Their profit is given for the last 3 years. They have managed to generate 1,40,000, 84,000, and 1,06,000. But uh, after the 3-year period, it is realized that these profits were mistakenly shared equally. Now, since there is already the profit sharing ratio is given in the question, na? So profit should be divided in what ratio? Profit should be shared in the ratio of 3:2:1. But by mistake, we have shared this profit equally. That means in the ratio of 1:1:1. Is that clear to you? Both of you, Halima, Aman?
Yeah.
Yeah. So profit that should have been divided equally among the partner. By mistake, we have divided this profit equally. Now we need to make the necessary adjustment entry. We need to make the adjustment by passing a small journal entry. Okay, so let me show you how this will be done. You are not supposed to write down anything. Just try to understand everything that I'm explaining. And once I'm done, you will be allowed to write. Okay, so just okay, Aman and Halima, just tell me how much profit the firm have generated in the last 3-year period. How much profit the firm have generated in the last 3 years period? The firm have generated the profit of 1,40,000, 84,000, and 1,06,000, right?
Yes.
140. Just let me write these values. Profit of the last 3 years. Profit for the last 3 years is 1,40,000 plus 84,000 and then 1,06,000. Okay, let's total total the amount of profit. 1,40,000 plus 84,000 plus 1,06,000. The total profit is 3,33,000. 3,30,000. 3,30,000. So tell me how this profit should have been divided among the partners. This profit should be divided equally, right? So the amount that should be credited by way of profit, amount should have been divided among the partners by way of profit in the equal ratio, in the ratio of 1:1:1. We have credited the entire amount by way of profit, but in the ratio of, I'm sorry, the profit should have been divided among the partner in the ratio of 3:2:1. 3:2:1 was their profit sharing ratio. But by mistake, the partners have shared the profit in the equal ratio 1:1:1. So that means amount that should be divided among the partners for X, the amount that X should have got is 3,30,000 into amount that he should have got is 3/6, and amount that Y should have got is 3,30,000 into 2/6. and amount that Z should have got, Z should have got is 3,30,000 into 1 upon 6, right? So that means X should have got divided by 6 into 3. X should have got 1,65,000. Y should have got 3,30,000 divided by 6 multiplied by 2. So that means 1,10,000. And Z should have got 3,30,000 divided by 6. So 55,000. So this should be credited to the partner's capital account. 1,65,000. 1,65,000 should have been credited in the partner in the capital account of X, and 1,10,000 should have been credited in the capital account of Y by way of profit, and in the Z's capital account 55,000 should have been credited. Am I right? The entire amount of profit should have been divided like this. Is that correct, Halima and Amal?
Yes.
Is this clear, both of you?
Yes, sir.
But by mistake, we have divided the entire amount of profit. We have divided this 3,30,000 in the equal ratio. That means each partner have got, instead of 1,65,000, he have the X must have got, let me show you, 3,30,000. 3,30,000 divided by 3. So X would have got 1,10,000, Y also got 1,10,000, and Z also got 1,10,000. Okay, so the amount was credited in their account. Since the amount credited into their account equally, so all the partner must have got 1,10,000 in their accounts. Right now, is that clear, everyone? Now see, let's now find out the differences. Let me show you how differences will be calculated. So differences. For finding out the difference, we subtract the second component from the first component. Okay, now see, try to understand how much X should have got. How much profit X should have got? Tell me. How much profit X should have got if the profit if profit was divided in the as per their profit sharing ratio. So X would have got 1,65,000, but he actually got how much? 1,10,000. So can we say there is a deficit of 55,000 in his profit? Can we say that instead of getting 1,65,000, he only got 1,10,000? So that means there is a deficit in his profit of how much? There is a deficit of
55,000.
55,000. 55,000. So does that mean that we need to pay 55,000 to X? We need to pay more 55,000 more to X? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Now tell me how much Y should have got? Sir, Y should have got 1,10,000, and how much he actually got?
1,10,000.
So that means reasonable
No
amount.
change.
Reasonable amount have been paid to Y by way of profit, so there will be no change, 0.
Yes.
Now let's talk about Z. Z should have got 55,000, but he actually got 1,10,000. That means we have paid an extra amount of 55,000 to X. So can we say that Z will have to return this amount? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So see, now Z's, we are having a negative balance for Z. 1,65,000 minus 1,10,000, we have received positive balance for X and negative balance for Z. Now listen to me carefully. Positive balance basically means we need to give X 55,000 more. That means X capital account will be credited, and we will have to ask Z to pay back 55,000. That means Z's capital account will be debited. So whenever you are having a negative balance, that means whenever you receive negative balance in this particular row, in the row of the differences, so negative balance indicate that we will have to debit that partner's capital account, and positive balance indicate that we will have to credit that partner's capital account. So in order to correct the mistake, in order to rectify the mistake, we have to pass the general entry. So as the question is requiring us to pass the general entry to make the adjustment, so the general entry in this situation will be X capital account required to be credited and Z's capital account required to be debited. So we'll write down Z's capital account.
Yes, capital account debit to X capital account.
Perfect. Very good. Z's capital account debit to X's capital account. This is the general entry to rectify the problem. 55,000 will be debited from the Z's capital account and 55,000 will be credited to X capital account. Done. And we will write down the narration being adjustment made. Being adjustment made. Got it? This is how we solve the problem based on the past adjustment. So let me repeat everything one more time. What happened in the question? In the question, we made a mistake regarding the distribution of the profit. So the profit that should have been divided in the ratio of the PSR, in the profit sharing ratio, by mistake, firm have distributed that profit in the equal ratio. So in order to rectify the situation, what we will be doing, we have made the statement of past adjustment wherein I have wrote the first component that says the amount that should be credited by way of profit 3:2:1. That means X, Y, and Z should have got 165, 1,10,000, 55,000 by way of profit respectively. And amount that actually got credited in the account mistakenly, considering the profit sharing ratio as equal, was 1,10,000, 1,10,000, 1,10,000. So after writing these values, we will have to find out the differences arising in the partner's capital account, and the partner who is having the positive balance, such partner's account will be credited, and partner who will have the negative balance, such partner's account will be debited. That is it. I hope this is clear. Aman and Halima, is this clear to both of you?
Yes,
sir.
Okay, now I want both of you to write down the solution. So this is the solution of the question. So I want you to first of all pass this general entry, and then in the working note section, prepare the statement of adjustment. Do it quickly.
okay, sir.
Done, Halima, Aman.
Doing.
Done, okay. Okay. So let's move to the next question. Question number 44. Question 44 is saying that P and Q are partners in a firm sharing the profit and losses equally. Their capital were 2 lakhs and 3 lakh respectively. The partnership deed provided for interest on capital at the rate 12% per annum. For the year ended 31st of March 2016, the profit for the firm were distributed without providing interest on capital. Pass the necessary adjustment entry to rectify the error. Okay. So question is pretty simple. Question is saying that there are two partners were there, P and Q, who were sharing the profit and losses equally, and they have agreed to the agreement state that they will be entitled to claim interest at 12% per annum on the capital contribution. But during the year, the profit was distributed among the partners without taking into consideration the interest on capital. So when interest on capital is not credited to the partner's account, without crediting the interest on capital to the partner's account, we have divided the profit among the partner. All right. So this is the question, and we need to pass the journal entry to rectify this issue. Let me show you. First of all, let me explain how the interest on capital, if not paid, how it is going to impact the overall profitability of the business. So let me show you. This is solution to question number 44. Listen to me carefully, guys. See, what do we generally do? See, if you remember at the time of the preparation of the P&L appropriation, remember na P&L appropriation? What we used to do in the P&L appropriation, sir, at the time of preparing the P&L appropriation, what do? We write down the value of the net profit here. Let's suppose the net profit is, for example, let's take the net profit as 1 lakh, for example. Got it? And out of the net profit, what do we subtract? On the debit side of the P&L appropriation account, what do we write? We write down the interest on capital. Is that right? Interest on capital. And let's suppose the interest on capital is 20,000, for example. So after subtracting the interest on capital, whatever the remaining amount is left, thus the entire amount is divided among the partners by way of profit. Am I right? Profit is distributed to partners. And let's suppose if there are two partners, X and Y, and let's suppose they are the equal partner, they are sharing the profit and losses equally. So tell me, could you please tell me how much the profit they will get? What will be the share? What will be the share of profit that they will get? Out of 1 lakh, they will subtract 20,000. Right now,
80,000.
Sorry?
80,000.
80,000 will be the divisible profit. That is right. And how this divisible profit will be divided among the partners? Equally, that means X will be getting 40,000 and Y will be getting 40,000. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, now listen to me carefully. Now, this is what we should do generally. Whenever there is interest on capital required to be paid, we need to subtract the interest on capital on the out of the profit. We need to subtract the interest from the profit, and then only we should calculate the divisible profit, and this divisible profit should get divided among the partners. Now let's tell me, if by chance we forgot to subtract the interest on capital, how it is going to affect the how it is going to affect the divisible profit? If interest on capital is not subtracted, then the divisible profit will increase by the same amount, right?
Now connected
It
to
will
an
be increased by 20,000, am I right?
CTQD.
Instead of 80,000, the divisible profit, when you will now calculate it, just a minute. When you will now calculate it, it will be how much? Tell me. It will be 1 lakh. Why we are getting 1 lakh of divisible profit? Because we forgot to subtract the interest on capital. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Halima and Aman?
Yes, sir.
If interest on capital would have been subtracted, instead of 1 lakh, we would have got the divisible profit as only 80 lakh. But tell me, because we did not subtracted the interest on capital from the profit, so therefore we are getting how much extra profit we are getting? Tell me. We should have actually got 80,000, but we are getting 1 lakh. How much extra profit we are getting?
20,000.
20,000. And this 20,000 must have been divided among the partner in the equal ratio. That means both the partners must have got how much? Must have got 50,000. Both have got 50,000. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now listen to me carefully. The problem is that because we forgot to subtract the interest on capital, therefore the profit divided among the partner, profit that was distributed among the partner is also incorrect. Correct? It is also incorrect. To the extent of how much? To the extent of 20,000 rupees. Because there was a mistake of in respect of 20,000 only, na. So the profit distributed among the partner is incorrect till up to the extent of 20,000. Now we have to make the correction. All right, and for that purpose, what do? We will prepare the format of the past adjustment. So listen to me carefully. Try to focus and pay attention here. We will prepare a statement of past adjustment. Past adjustment. No need to write it down. So we'll write down particulars. And this time we have only 2 partners given in the question. 2 partners were P and Q. Partner P and partner Q. All right. So first thing, the first component of the statement of past adjustment is amount that should be credited. Tell me how much amount should have been credited to the partners. Tell me how much amount should have been credited to the partner. Amount that we forgot to credit in the partner's capital account. Tell me how much is the amount that we forgot to credit in the partner's capital account. How much is the amount that we forgot to credit in the partner's capital account? So 12% of interest is that amount that we forgot to credit in partner's capital account. Is that right? 12% of interest is that amount that we forgot to credit in the partner's capital
Yes.
account,
Yes.
right? So now we will calculate 12% of the capital. So 12% of 2 lakh will be 24,000 and 12% of 3 lakh will be 36,000. So let me just write it down. So amount that should have been credited to the partner by way of interest on capital. Interest on capital at the rate of 12% is 24,000 and 36,000. This amount should have been credited to partner's capital account by way of interest on capital. But what we have done actually, so let me write down the second component. Second, amount already credited to partner. Amount already credited by way of. We have credited the entire amount. We must have credited entire amount by way of profit. By way of profit. Am I right? Because we haven't subtracted the interest on capital. That means entire amount must have been taken as a profit and it must have been divided among the partner by way of profit. Am I right? Since we haven't subtracted the interest on capital, that means the entire amount of interest on capital must have been divided among the partners by way of profit. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
This amount should have been credited to the partner by way of interest. But because we haven't credited this by way of interest on capital, that means the entire amount must have been divided among the partner by way of profit. So we have made a mistake in respect of 24,000 plus 36,000. The 24,000 plus 36,000, both these value are divided among the partner as a profit. So sum total of 24 plus 36,000 is how much? It is 60,000. Am I right? So now this 60,000 must have been divided among the partners. In what ratio? This must got divided among the partners in the ratio of 1:1, right? Since P and Q both are equal partners, na? P and Q both are equal partner. So mistakenly we have allocated the entire amount of 60,000 among the partners in the ratio of 1:1. That means P must have got 30,000 as profit and Q also got 30,000 as profit. Am I clear? Am I
Yes.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now we have to make the adjustment. So now we will find out the differences. So for finding out the differences, what we will do, we will be subtracting the second component from the first component. Item 2, item 1 minus item 2. So the value that we will get here is, see, so P should have got 24,000 by way of interest on capital, but actually he got 30,000 by way of profit. So tell me how much excess value he have got. He got 6,000 extra or no? No, 24,000 he should have got. He got 30,000. So that means he got
6,000 extra.
6,000 extra. So we will have a negative balance for P. Am I right? And similarly for Q should have got 36,000. He actually got only 30,000. That means Q was underpaid by 6,000. So
6,000.
now that means we will have to pay him 6,000. And I have told you that partner who have got a negative balance, such partner's account need to be credited, and partner who is getting a positive balance, such partner's account need to be debited. So that means in this question, the journal entry to rectify the problem, rectify the error, the journal entry that we will pass is, Halima, could you just tell me the journal entry that we need to pass? Journal entry will be, tell me, what will be the journal entry? Q's capital account will be debited, na? Q's
capital account to P's capital account.
Right. Q's capital
6,000.
account debit 6,000 to P's capital account 6,000. The adjustment made. Is that clear, both of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, clear.
Okay. So note it down quickly. Note down. Dan, Halima, Amun.
Sir, can you scroll down?
Just scroll down as in you want to write down the heading statement of past adjustment.
Done.
Done. Okay. Aman, still writing?
Done. Done, sir.
Done. Okay. So both of you, I'm giving you one similar question, and I want both of you to try this question. I'm sure both of you will be able to solve it. This one is almost similar to the previous question that we just discussed. Question number, similar to question number 54. So this is question number 45, which says that Azad and Bani, two partners are there, and they are equal partners. That means their profit sharing ratio is 1:1, and their capital are 40,000, 80,000 respectively. After the account for the year had been prepared, it was noticed that the interest at the rate 5% per annum as provided in the partnership deed was not credited. Okay, so interest was not credited to the Azad and Bani, like in the previous question. Interest were not interest was not credited to the account of P and Q. Then question is saying that it is decided to pass an adjustment entry in the beginning of the next year, record the necessary journal entry. So question is almost similar. The only thing is that this time we have different values. We have different rate of interest on capital. This is the only difference in this question. So I am allowing you 5-7 minutes to solve this question. Prepare the format and solve this question quickly. Let me know the answer. If you are having any problem understanding anything in this question, please let me know. Aman, Halima, any problem?
Not yet.
Aman, any doubt?
No, sir. Done, sir.
Done. Okay. Halima, you're done.
No, sir.
Okay, do it quickly. Acha, Halima, just tell me the interest on capital that you calculated for the partners.
6,000.
6,000 is the total amount of capital, total amount of interest. 6,000 was the total amount of interest, na? For Azad, it will be 2,000, and for Benny, it will be 4,000, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, okay, I mean, how much is the value of the profit that is already credited to the partners?
3,000.
3,000 each.
Yes.
So that means who will have to pay back the excess amount? Who will have to return the excess amount? Benny will have to return the excess amount, I guess, na?
Yes. Benny's capital account debit to Azad's capital account.
Halima, you are getting the same answer. See, this is
Yes,
the
that journal is same.
journal is same. Okay, so this should probably be your solution. Statement of past adjustment. We have three column particular as I've been running. First is amount that should have been credited by way of interest and capital 5%, 2,000 and 4,000. And amount that already credited among the partners by way of profit is 3,000, 3,000 each. So that means Azad have been underpaid by 1,000. Benny was overpaid by 1,000. So to rectify the entry, we will pass the general entry, something like this. Azad's capital account to Benny's capital. All right, guys. So this is it, both of you. I'm giving you two questions, in fact. Question number 46. Take the screenshot of this question, please. This will be your homework. And also, I'm giving you one more question. Done with the screenshot, both of you?
Done.
Done. Okay. And question number 47. Okay, just leave it for now. Just do only one question. Question number 46. I'll be discussing question number 47 with you in the next class. So I hope that you can solve this question. Though it is a little different from the previous questions that we discussed, but this one is easy, so I hope you will be able to solve it. Okay, guys, thank you so much, both of you, Halima and Aman. You can now sign out. Thank you so much for attending the session. Goodbye. See you in the next class. And one more thing, yeah, Aman and Halima, we have a small test in the next class on Wednesday. We will be conducting a small test in the second half of the session. In the first half of the class, we will be discussing the concept of we will be discussing the topics. And after the first half, in the second half of the session, we will be conducting a small half an hour test. So be prepared for that test. All right. So in that test, I'll be asking you the topics that we have discussed until now. All right. Am I clear to Aman and Halima?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is it for now. You can now sign out. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Good evening, Mariam. Are you there?
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. Mariam, maybe one or two more students will join our session. So we will wait for them to join and then we will start. And before that, just wanted to know what topic we have covered in the last class. If you remember, just tell me which topic we have covered in the last session. I guess we have covered the introductory part of the partnership now.
So we did it. We did the partnership. We completed that.
We did the meaning of the partnership.
Yes,
Then we also understood the essential features of the partnership. And we also, I guess, must have covered the partnership deed and the content of the partnership. Okay. So in today's class, we will be discussing about just maybe in treatment of interest on loan we'll discuss, or let's see. We'll wait for 2 more minutes to join, to others to join, then we will start.